What up, Guru Jojo, and this is going to be the Oracle forecast for the fire signs. So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The messages that you need to receive for this week, all right? Going into the new year, 2021, all right? This may last 2 weeks, but, you know, these are the messages. All right, so we have, we have Queen of Pentacles. My bad, I dropped the card. Queen of Pentacles, and it looks like it's the Nine of Swords. So, you know, at this time, there could be a little bit of, overthinking, perhaps, and maybe some people could be under the weather. Like a lack of stability, maybe. Some people could feel a little bit off balance in some way. This card wants to pop out here. All right, King of Cups. So, I'm sorry, this is the Knight of Cups, actually. So, with the Knight of Cups here, I'm seeing pretty much that you could be dealing with a love partner, with a relationship partner. And maybe you could be concerned about this person's health. But also, too, this could be your health, and this is preventing you from being able to go out on dates or maybe form like particular types of relationships that you want with others because you kind of overthink things and you have like sleeping problems lately. And also too, your health. I'm getting the vibe that some fire signs, y'all health gets in the way of your ability to be able to be in relationships, like romantic relations. Eight of Pentacles here. So with the Eight of Pentacles here, all right, I'll show you like all the cards that were pulled out basically. So all right, with the Queen of Pentacles, this is a good card. Could indicate that you are a pretty stable person. You work hard at, you know, trying to make money, maintaining structure in your life. Like, you're pretty much a grounded individual. You could also be dealing with a grounded individual as a potential romantic partner or someone that you're interested in. There's anxiety, worry, sleep issues, okay? Some people could be sleep apnea. Other people, it could just be like, and this would be especially possibly for, I'm getting Aries and Leos, but it could be for Sag too. I don't really have, I can't really grasp if it's for a sign in particular, but it's definitely, you know, a fire sign individual. Maybe this fire sign has more earth in their chart. So, you know, what I'm seeing is that there's an issue with sleep patterns and overthinking. Some are just over dramatic. That's why I was getting, maybe it could be pertaining more towards Leo. Some could just be over dramatic. All right, so then the Eight of Pentacles, right? With the Eight of Pentacles here, there's a need to kind of like do some research, kind of investigate, not like spy on people. This means you need to look up information. This means you need to possibly go back and get a certificate. This means you possibly need to learn something again. Like, there's something that you really need to work on. And once you get that, you're good. Because it looks like you're a pretty structured person already. It just looks like you could be missing some details. Almost like, too, this is like, you know, finding out the rest of the ingredients to a particular recipe, and then this would finalize the recipe and, like, you know, everybody will like it. If that's a shitty example, another example would be like, you need to restructure yourself in some way, and you may do this by partaking in another activity. So I think of it as like, if you get a ticket or something driving, right? You can, and let's say you get points on that ticket. One of the ways you can get rid of the points is by taking like a little school program, like over, I think, the weekends, and you have to do a certain amount of hours, and then they will take the points off of your license. That's like an example. Knight of Cups. You're interested in love. There's someone you're interested in. It could be a water sign individual, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or this could be yourself. In addition to this, you know, in general, you're a person who wants to go after love. But like I said, there's some issue of like you possibly having health concerns, sleeping issues, as well as the Eight of Pentacles being here, indicating that there's something that you need to work on. Like, you need to work on something. And this will help you be a more stable person, and a person that people may want to date or something like that. But some people could just be way too into their business and their financial situation that they don't really have that emotional energy, like that compassion, you know, for others, because there's like too much concerns on their own that they have on their own. Another way of understanding this is that the person you're interested in is currently going through that. So right now, they're not as caring and compassionate for others because their concerns is their business, their finances, and they possibly could be going back to school to learn something new with that Eight of Pentacles. So that's pretty much what I'm seeing for this week. There's definitely a focus on trying to rebuild the structure of the self so that the self would be able to go on potential dates. It looks like the fire signs, they want to go out and date again. So, and in order for them to feel comfortable doing that, they kind of have to get past that overthinking, over dramatic energy, not sleeping, health concerns, and then they'll be able to possibly go out and date again. This is the oracle forecast for the earth signs. It's going to be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The messages that you need to receive for this week. It's got ringing in my ear, in my left ear in particular. So I don't know if that's a sign for you, earth signs. Maybe somebody's trying to send you a message and for some reason it's like you're missing the message, like you're not getting the signal because it's like coming in too fast or something. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, okay, first card here received is the Page of Swords. So like I said, you could be getting a message. So or somebody's spying with the Page of Swords possibly, or you're just not on the same page as someone. Like, you know, you're communicating with this person, but you two are kind of, you're missing the signal or they're missing the signal, right? Earth signs, that's what's going on so far as I can tell. You also have the World card here. So, you know, with this World card, what I'm seeing is there could be some sort of opportunity, okay, that you could be focused on or you could be missing. And that's the reason why maybe there's some sort of like not attending to a signal. All right. And also too, this is like getting signals possibly beyond the senses. So it may not even be like people, if that makes sense. So anyways, the Moon card is here too. So there's some sort of insecurities going on right now, possibly. This could be reflective in the way that you're picking up on information and communicating. I'm going to be honest, I'm also getting like some sort of autism, like kind of vibe. I don't know why, but just with, I mean, with the Page of Swords and then the Moon card. Okay, Asperger's, autism. The Hierophant. So with the Hierophant here, you could be somebody that people go to maybe to get professional advice, or there's a need for you to do that. I'm also seeing that some people are looking for some sort of commitment. This could mean any sort of commitment that has to do with a contract. I'm telling you, this ringing in my ears is messing me up. So a lot of earth signs, y'all are going through this. Like there's something that's happening in your subconscious and it's blocking you from being able to kind of like get the grip get back on grip of like regular life, if that makes sense. And I know it looks like it's just weird because it just literally started happening when I started the earth sign reading. So it is significant. Okay, this may not apply to all earth signs, but I'm just putting it out there. The Hierophant could mean that some earth signs are planning to get married, or they could be getting married in some way. Look over that contract. This could be you're buying a new car. Anything that you're committing yourself to, it could be a lease too. It looks like, you know, that could be going on. There's some things happening behind the scenes, some illusions that could be kind of being made. Make sure you really read that contract. And nobody wants to read that long ass contract. Ask more questions. Be that Page of Swords. My bad. Be that Page of Swords. Be that useful person that's curious. You know what I'm saying? That's very curious because there's something going on that they're not trying to tell you, and you have the right to know this before you sign some goddamn contract with that Hierophant card. So that's what I'm seeing pretty much for earth signs. Really simple. Like, y'all need to kind of be aware of the fact that something could be going on that's weird as it relates to a contract or some sort of commitment or agreement that has to do with locking you into something. Read or ask questions. And when it comes to long ass paperwork, like when you're getting a car or something like that, and they give you all that long ass paperwork, and they kind of tell you real quick, blah, 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 sign here, blah, 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 sign here, and they put like all the X's like on where you need to sign. Just double check. Just if you don't understand something, say, oh, be that member, be that youthful Page of Swords. Oh, wait, what does this mean again? So make sure you're doing this on a day where you have the time to ask questions and stuff. Because I'm telling you, if you don't, the Moon card is here. Okay, something is going on behind the scenes that you may not know about. And even too, some people, if you've, you know, gotten married or something like that, or you're getting married, you're starting to see something funny maybe about the person. I think maybe their insecurities could be coming out, possibly. And also too, with this World card, I meant to mention beforehand, is that, you know, maybe when it comes to traveling, vacations and stuff, kind of get more information about that before you jump into a situation, before you jump into a new situation. Some people could be moving to anything that has to do with New York, new, I'm not good with like states and locations and stuff. Anything that starts with New Jersey too, but I mean, like anything but new. Isn't there like Newfoundland? All those places. Kind of just make sure that like you know what's going on. There could be insecurities about a foreign person or a new person, somebody who newly came into the environment in some way. Some insecurities about them. Maybe they have psychological issues, or they could have emotional issues, or maybe you could even be having a new perspective on these things, like a more worldwide view. Like if you go to other countries and you read like things that were published on Google or whatever, published on these different databases, their perspective on mental health issues is like almost completely different most of the time. So maybe that could be something that you're into and that you're researching. And that's what I pretty much see for the earth signs. Like straight up, there's just something going on that you may just need to double check. So boom, those are the cards, and that's it. This is the oracle reading for the air signs. That's going to be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. This is going to be for this week. Could last 2 weeks, but this is just a little forecast for, you know, us coming into year 2021 now. So let's see what the messages are for you, air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, so one card already popped out. All right, it's the Temperance card. So definitely a need for patience at this time. All right, this card wants to pop out as well. All right, so 6 of Wands. So there's victory in the person who's able to show creativity, patience, and responsibility pretty much. You know, a lot of air signs could be wanting to receive some sort of recognition. Okay, you may work a job, you're waiting for a promotion, you're waiting for your manager to notice everything that you do. And I'm seeing that don't lose your temper despite everything that's going on. All right, 9 of Cups. So you're unsure of the opportunities that you have. You're not unsure. I'm sorry. You're not unsure. You're hopeful about something. So it looks like most air signs are in a pretty confident state right now. Like you really feel like your wishes are going to come true. Be careful with the Temperance card in combination with that 9 of Cups. You could be indulging, okay, in substances. This could be as simple as coffee. This could be as simple as literally like, too many cards fell out, so there's nothing to really choose there. You could be indulging in alcohol. You could be indulging in anything, but I'm seeing there needs to be more balance. Like, for example, I'm going to use myself, for example, okay? I indulge in showers to the point where now I balance myself out. Like I'm serious. I take, like, more than an hour in the shower sometimes. And, you know, I got to be respectful of other people that live in the household. So, with that being said, I take shower baths now. So, like, after about 15 minutes in the shower, I put the, like, plunger, not the plunger, whatever, the thing to cover so that the water could stay within the tub. I'll put that on and take, like, a bathtub instead to save the water. That's temperance. See, it doesn't always have to be pertaining to drugs or alcohol. It could just pertain to literally the element with that came up, which is cups, 9 of Cups. So that's pertaining to the water element. Page of Wands. So a lot of air signs may feel more energetic at this time. They could be more focused on the body and maybe balancing the water retention in the body, perhaps. You may not even be thinking on that deep of a level, but there could just be something up with, here are the cards. There could be something up with, I don't know why I'm being awkward right now. There we go. All right, so there could be something going on with the, I'm gonna be honest, some air signs, y'all are like drinking or something like that, which is like whatever. But just make sure it doesn't get in the way with your own sense of willpower. Because with the Page of Wands generally speaking is active, adventurous, you know, passionate, ready to start new things. And also too, the Page of Wands often too has a pretty good physique, okay, according to societal standards. So I'm speaking on the person who could be like cut, like think of like a guy with like a guy or a girl, whatever, with like abs and stuff, like they're cut. You know what I'm saying? Like their body is like pretty up to par. And this could be something that's on your mind for some reason at this time. But also you could just be very passionate and whatnot. And you could be trying to control that by, you know, detaching yourself from your body, which would be like the 9 of Cups. But this is also too an indicator of a wish possibly coming true. Okay, just make sure that that wish is like real and it's not like some facade going on, which I don't really see that. For the most part, this looks like a pretty good reading for the air signs. It just looks like, you know, there's possibly just impatience going on. And I just suggest that despite that feeling of like wanting stuff now, just fight it and just, you know, start something new and just wait or work harder, because any sort of, you don't want to go against this Temperance card. Okay, when Temperance pops up, just follow it. And Temperance popped up, so there's a need for definitely patience, responsibility, and you can mix that in with, you know, your ability to be hopeful, be optimistic, and all that stuff. Think of like a preacher, you know what I'm saying, but a responsible preacher. So not one that's out in the streets who like don't have a house or nothing, like, you know what I'm saying, outside in the cold preaching, and now they got like frostbite because it's like freezing outside. It's like you're preaching, but you're like overindulging in substances. Your body's not picking up on the fact that it's like freezing outside and you got frostbite now. It's an extreme example, but that's what I mean by like that temperance energy, like to be able to, you know, have that balance within your body to still be able to pick up on the signals, but also to be like detached enough that you're not so focused on your own body to the point where you just feel like you don't want to do anything or something like that, maybe. And I'm seeing too, you know, some of you guys could be having to accept an award, and maybe you have to like, you know, get a bunch of attention from others, and you could be like less comfortable with that actually. Like maybe that's something you really don't like, all that attention on you all the time, especially if you're probably like an Aquarius or something like that. And at this time, you're gonna have to take that victory. Like there's something good that could be happening to some air signs, but again, they don't feel comfortable with all that attention most of the time. And maybe this week, or within the next, between this week and the next week, so for the next 2 weeks, you may have to kind of gain some comfortability in your victory. And this may mean that people may be like giving you attention, and you may be a little bit uncomfortable because of this. But it is a wish that you wanted. You just, again, you're just less comfortable with all that attention. Yeah, that's what I'm pretty much seeing. And definitely, I'm seeing too, after this victory, you could be moving on to some sort of new opportunity and adventure, something that you're actually passionate about. So that's it. All right, same day, different shirt. So changing my shirt because that other sweater is like, I don't know. You know, this is the water element reading now. And you know, water is in the vibration of illusion, potential for illusion. And I only mention that during this because this is the water element reading. So check this out. This was the sweater I was just wearing. Disregard the dust, okay? See, and I'm not showing this to like brag about anything. I just want to put out a point. So this is a size small, okay? Now check this out though. Cameras are in the vibration of an illusion because the way that camera lenses are shaped and set up, it creates like a watery effect. So by default, this is the reason why they say cameras can add what? 10 pounds on you normally, like, right? Okay? So just keep that in mind. The cameras and electronics are very manipulated by the spiritual realm. So, and water signs know that best. Water signs get manipulated with the most. They're like, this could be manipulation in things looking smaller, bigger, whatever it be. So, you know, it is what it is. So I was like, let me change my sweater because stuff is looking a little bit funny. But you know, I like my clothes to be a little bit more like loose than tight. So it depends though. Certain tight clothes aren't like uncomfortable. It just depends. It's not the point. Let's get to the water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces for the next 2 weeks or so, all right? What are the messages that you need to receive? For the next 2 weeks. So basically from like now until like, let's say like the 19th or the 20th of January. The water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So I'm not really feeling any changes or so, but I guess you can take the fact that, you know, I did change my shirt for some particular reason. That could be relevant. Maybe there's a need to be a change in wardrobe for the water signs or something like that. Like you feel like changing your wardrobe up a little bit, your style or something like that, which a lot of times occurs during, you know, the new year. So I got 2 cards here. The first one that fell out is the Justice card. And then, so here's the Justice card. Second card, it looks like it's the Fool card. So what I'm seeing is there's possibly some sort of forgiveness going on. Maybe there could be people apologizing to you, or you need to apologize to someone else, or some sort of fairness is coming into play, like something where there could have been like wrongdoing done is all like being readjusted. And this is gonna lighten things up for you. Like what I mean by this is like if you felt like you've been carrying on some kind of burdens and you felt like you couldn't really like say what's going on. You should be able to overcome that now, and then you'll be able to kind of like go into new situations without having to be so analytical and critical as to whether or not you should jump into the situation or not. Oh my gosh. All right, so that's actually perfect because I'm picking 4 cards out for each of the elements. So the other card that popped out here, it looks like it's the 2 of Swords. So there could be some indecisiveness going on. Like, this is like a changing of the mind kind of energy is what I get. Like, you know, so when it comes to this situation where you could have an opportunity, you could want to jump into that opportunity, but then change your mind. Be careful, because this is not kind of the right time for that. Like, you know, when you're taking a flying leap of faith, it's almost like you get on the plane and the plane takes off and boards, and now you kind of don't want to go anymore. Like, we already up in the air, boo-boo. All right, so then we got the Page of Cups here. So this could be pertaining to a new love situation. All right, so let's see the cards. So these are the cards that were chosen. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Like, you have a new opportunity. There's some sort of balance going on. I'm also seeing too that you don't want to be fooled by others. A lot of water signs could be learning now that other people may not have their best interest. And so they're learning to kind of disregard the opinions of others as it relates to particular situations in their lives. And that's where this 2 of Swords is coming in at, because there's a need for you to have a clear mind. So you're trying to get to that Ace of Swords or something like that. You're trying to get to clarity, the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords. But you have to kind of come to a decision. You need to make a decision. You need to finalize a decision somewhere. Page of Cups here. It could indicate a new birth in some way. It could even indicate that you don't have to choose between the two. You found a way to like get to the balance of 2 different options and integrate them into one. And this is like a new thing that you're starting, and this could be beneficial if you're a creative person. If you're not a creative person, this may be an issue, because this could indicate that you're indecisive about something new that came in your life. Like, almost like I'm getting like you may have to bring him and the baby to Maury and get like a DNA test. You know, you are not the father. Like, you don't know, you're not sure. Some people going on the Maury show, some water signs going on the Maury show is what I'm seeing. But yeah, that's really what I'm seeing. Like, there's just something you're indecisive about, but there's justice and stuff coming in. All right, justice is coming in, balance, truth, and it may have been something that been procrastinated for so long that the law had to take care of it in some way. But it looks like it's a benefit for you that it's being handled that way. Some people have to get a lawyer. Like, for example, myself, I've been in the process of having my jewelry business, okay? And this is just as a example so you can apply it to your own situation. For me, I'm a Pisces. I have a moon in Cancer, so water. I'm been in the process of getting my jewelry business trademarked. And it's not only a jewelry business. I was trying to do clothes too. So now I have to narrow down, do I just want to do jewelry? Do I want to combine it with merch? And now apparently I have to pay more money to get a lawyer. I'm actually pissed off because it costs a lot of money to get your business trademarked. And then they take you through this long process, which I'll actually have to admit, it wasn't a long process at all. Like, compared to what I researched, it didn't take that many months. It went by quite quickly. But they hit me back up talking about, I need a lawyer. So now all these lawyers are hitting me up. It's like I have to pay another $300-400 something. Like, I'm pissed off. It's like, everything's money. Man, just approve it. It's a trademark. Like, it's my business. It's my ideas that I put together. So it's just like, it's frustrating. And I understand, because I do a lot of stuff, and now I have to sit here and speak to a lawyer and have to pay them money to do stuff that I can do myself. But it's like, they just need that extra, like, clarification. It's silly to me, but this is the flipping system. So that's just an example. So yeah, that was water sign.